Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening to this podcast. We are just so grateful that you are here. I am with the man, Tanner Rahoy, and we have done something amazing this time, guys. Holy cow. So, little backstory as we go through. We're making some videos, and I was working through kind of like the analytics of things, Tanner, and I saw this video. I was like, hey, this is like a good video, you know, I should boost it a little bit. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll boost it a little bit. And so, you know, most people boost probably when they boost a video at minimum it's like $100, if not more. And I just did like 10 little doll hairs to try and just see what it would do.
Yeah.
3 hours later, we went from 400 views to 40,000 views. And so I like immediately texted you, right? I was like, dude,
yeah,
something's happening. And I didn't want to get my, like, you know, but it's like, whatever, right? Yeah. Like, you know, it did its thing. But then I saw because you get to see how much like of the money went to those clicks and things like that. And it was like maybe like 8 cents, I think, that have been spent, which means that people are actually like, it did go out to like other people, but like people were actually just watching it to watch it. Yeah. So I guess it just went out to like a certain crowd or whatever, and that just spun off, and it was just like literally doubling, and it just kept doubling like every couple hours. And it was, you know, 40, then it went to 60, then it went to 80, then it went to like 120, and all those things. And so I'm like amped, right? And so I'm telling everyone, right? I'm telling you, I'm telling Casey, and I'm like, Casey, we're like 250,000. I think I saw you the next day. We got up to like 330. Yeah. And so now it's literally gotten to the point where I'm trying to figure out what viral is, right? So we didn't go viral, sadly, but it's viral to us.
I don't know, man.
It's viral to us, in my opinion. Like, that is such a good feat. I'll tell you all the final number in a second, but viral is like 3 million. It's like 3 million in a week for it to go viral. But we ended up hitting 760,000 views and 3,500 likes.
That's
a lot of
so
shares,
crazy.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And I think, so the funniest thing about this, and I know you've kind of like shadowed it as we've done our podcast before, but one of the first comments was that Aaron Rodgers, right? And I was like, oh God, like it's, and I thought it was like someone that we knew, because it's like an inside joke with my group that I look like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. And things like that. But then someone else was like, is that Jake Gyllenhaal? And I was like, so then they started sending like Jake Gyllenhaal gifts and things like that. And I'm like, what the heck? Like,
gosh, that's funny.
I don't know. It's just crazy. And then someone like hated on you, but you know, I think that's just the camera. And, you know, maybe we'll get you a camera here soon in the mail within the next 3 to 5 business days.
Oh, wow. Is that it? Is that foreshadowing?
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just here. Like, but I just said maybe, you know, hypothetically that could happen.
Okay.
But we'll see. So we reached 760,000 views on one video, which beat the Mark Zuckerberg by quite a lot, because Mark Zuckerberg was
it slammed it. In fact,
it slammed. It was like 15,000. Yeah. And, you know, so we're moving in the right direction, which is great. So we got a lot of followers as well. So we're gonna have like another long shout out. I thought we were gonna only do like 4 or 5, but we got like 20 plus followers on that. So stand by if you want to hear your name as a follower comes about. We'll mention your name. And Tanner, if you know them, be sure to say hi. Yeah. I know I read them off, but you know, I want to make sure your people are recognized as well. So we are actually a little late in recording. It's a Friday that we're recording. We usually record these things on Monday. So we had couldn't do Monday, and then I had to teach Tuesday through Thursday. So here we are on Friday. Good Friday for us. I think, you know, we got the lucky beanie going on for Tanner. So
we got the lucky Texas. God bless Texas.
Yeah, God bless Texas. Yeah. So we're representing our Texas state, our heritage, and we just figured we'll just kind of do part 2. So we were going to kind of push part 2. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up, but we figured we'll just finish part 2 for this beautiful Friday that we're enjoying, and then get through the weekend, and then we'll still record on Monday. So everything's still going to be in line. We're still going to get everything that y'all are going to get is going to come out Monday, 5 a.m. Whatever. So that's all still on the schedule. But it's Good Friday for us, so we're just chilling, hanging out, enjoying the best. Got to sleep in a little bit, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I'll tell you more about the future podcast and what you can kind of expect at the end. But just know that we got some cool things going on. You want to hear more about it? You got to wait till the end. Sorry, not sorry, guys. I will say we still have our Facebook for your oldies and your baddies out there. Got a whopping 32 followers. So hop on that train. And then on YouTube, we have like 13 subscribers that I can't see. I don't think we have enough subscribers for me to see them, unfortunately. So please subscribe to YouTube. Because I know there's like 13 of you amazing people that I would love to give a shout out to. And YouTube won't do it. 14 subscribers now. Look at there. So I would love to give you a shout out, but just can't see y'all yet. Sorry, guys. But if we can get enough, then hopefully I can see y'all, and I'll spend a whole day on that on the YouTube live, giving y'all shout outs and things like that. YouTube, just in case y'all wondering, is the same thing. Big Bear Theory podcast. All right, so let's go into our questions. We didn't get to finish them up the other day. We ended up getting real good with the questions. So we pretty much have about the same, I think, in regards to what we started with. So about an hour or so, enjoying the good life, and we'll go from there. So I get to start off with a question for you, Tanner.
Okay.
I have no idea who asked this, and I don't know if they think that your basketball game is trash, which is probably. Wow. Just kidding. Or maybe your volleyball game is just too good. Is that good? Which does make sense, because I remember the first time I watched you play, you were on my team, and it dramatically changed the whole team, because you would just like lay up and like pop this ball over, and no one could like respond to it. It was so funny. I was like, Jesus, I'm over here like,
you remember my serves
and like trying to get through, and you're just like, boop.
Yeah. You remember my serves? The mortars?
Yeah, like the big, like you hit underhand, right? Yeah, and it just went all the way up, all the way down.
Never worked, man. Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny because I'm always really good at serves until I'm not, and then it just kind of
just tails off.
Just goes a little bit in the wrong direction, straight to the ground, straight into a pole. Yeah, it happens. But when they're good, man, like they are good.
Yeah, and I can second that, man. You're not a bad volleyball player yourself. I haven't seen you play basketball, but
I don't know. That guy, part of me wants to go, but it's like, you're so tall, and I'm like so not. Like I know I don't have the skill, but I feel like it'd be a little bit more fair if I could just like be tall and then compare skills. I feel like you could literally just like wrap around, like grab the ball, and just
I mean, I could just be like, man, if I was 6'8" and like could jump 45 inches and could dunk and could make every 3-pointer, I could.
So I'm making excuses. That's what I'm hearing. I'm making excuses. Fine, we'll do a little one-on-one. But the thing is anything outside of the free throw line, and really like 2 feet of that free throw line, like I'm not gonna make anything. I mean, it's just not gonna happen.
Why you're telling me your strategy, dude?
So
now I know exactly how to guard you.
Or I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to the free throw line. He's like, I'm posted up there. Spin move, layup, touch the net,
block off the glass.
Because I can't dunk. Wouldn't that be cool? What if I could dunk and I'm just like snaking you, and all of a sudden just...
I'd be shocked. That'd be awesome though.
I better get my $20. I remember that conversation.
Oh, dude, I'd raise it to 200. You dunk on a 10-foot.
200 if I can dunk on you? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No rules and stipulations. I have someone put a trampoline underneath me when you were not looking.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that was good. All right. Sorry, I didn't even ask a question. But blank person, no name, asked, have you ever considered switching to volleyball instead of basketball?
No. I mean, honestly, I my like experience with volleyball, I mean, I actually went to the Little Elm Beach like when I was like in high school to go play with friends. So
Really?
I
That's
kind
cool.
of yeah, I kind of grew up like playing volleyball there, and I was on my powder puff team for volleyball in senior year of high school.
I thought Powder Puff
So
was like girls only.
well, so there's both. So there's like powder puff
Oh,
girls for like the football team, and then
yeah.
it's like the guy powder puffs for us. We played volleyball.
Oh, I don't know if my school did that.
Yeah, and then we also
They might
like
have.
we cheerleaded
Yeah,
at the football game or whatever.
that I do remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, the Powder
but
Puff Girl game was like super crazy though. This it's like all the frustration was like released because I
yeah,
remember one like a straight up, and it's like flag. I think at least ours was flag,
yeah,
and they still like shoulder charge the crap out of someone for a touchdown. Like it was
it's that
awesome.
competitive spirit, dude. Yeah,
We
but
had a pretty good competitive life in Tennessee.
yeah, yeah, but I think I don't think I would ever switch. I think that like basketball is here to stay in my brain. Um, but volleyball, I mean, like I think I'm all right at volleyball, and like I'm not the most I don't know, I'm not the most fundamentally sound volleyball player ever, but I'm tall and somewhat athletic, so I can just jump and you, I mean, like you said, you've seen me play. Like I'm unorthodox. Like I don't
Yeah,
really
it's different.
yeah, like it's just like it's more finesse, you know.
Yeah, it's
So
good. And I think because we do have kind of like our dream team, right? So it's like you, me, Aiden Allred, guy he's super big jumper,
yeah,
and we have like there's like one more that we keep consistent, and now I can't even remember, which is unfortunate. But I know like us four.
yeah.
Was it Casey? Was it my wife? I feel like it was Casey because she played volleyball, but I don't know if
Maybe
she ever played with us.
I think last time she was at a barefoot bash, she had to
We had
watch
the dog.
one of your dogs,
Yeah,
Benji,
both of
probably.
them.
Oh, both.
Oh
Yeah,
wait, it was just Benji. Yeah, and Benji was good. So yeah, Benji was a good boy. We brought Bella and Walker one time to one of those bashes,
no bueno.
and it was fine until another dog came.
Yeah,
And then
all
like
right.
Bella's a big girl. All right, guys, she's like 90-pound bloodhound, and she's not strong until she wants to be strong, and then
And then she's too
it's a
strong.
workout. Yeah, and then she's super strong. Like Walker, like you just kind of hey quit it, he'll be fine. Yeah. But Bella, man, she's strong. So she started going at it. And it was funny because I was about to serve. So I like served, and I was like, the dogs are like trying to run. I mean, Casey's got like a hold of them, and I'm just like serving them, like went through like the last round. And then like after the ball fell, I was like, all right, now I'll go help.
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to have
I
my
got
fun.
in so much trouble.
Yeah. You're like, she's got it.
I was like, it's fine. We're like in the game, you can't just stop the game. We had good momentum,
Yeah, dude.
right? Because I said, like, when I serve, like, my serves are really good until they're not. So if it was a bad serve, then fine. But, had to get it going. But it was funny. It's all right. Well,
yeah. But to answer the question, I don't think basketball is getting replaced by anything anytime soon in my life. And
but we can
whoever asked that question,
volleyball.
Yeah, whoever asked that question, if that was a disservice or like a diss to my basketball game, come to the next Barefoot Basketball Bash.
Oh, 1v1, 1v1, bro.
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, let's see. I got a question for you, I think. And this is from Elias. Elias, okay. Do you know an Elias?
Eli. He's a guard on East.
Okay, cool. He asks, what is the moment that humbled you most?
You already hit this one, bro.
Did I already? Okay, well, never mind.
Wait.
Never mind.
I feel like we did anyway.
I think, I think you're probably right. Because that did sound familiar. But yes, I do have
it was the crystal and my sister being late.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. Well, we'll cut that or we'll keep it in, whatever.
No, I'll keep it in. It's fine.
Okay, well, I do have another question for you. And this one
shows that we really do this in like one take.
Yeah. But this one I think you're going to really, really like. This is from a Mason Williams. Okay. Mason Williams.
Another East Side human.
That human asks, how do you keep your lawn so green?
Oh, sick. So Mason, we're a stalker. Actually, I can say he's not a stalker. You know why? Because it definitely ain't green.
He's like, yeah, he
I
ain't
took this
talking about.
camera over here. Y'all see a lot of brown and a lot of weeds. Now, I did spend like a whole summer really trying. Like I think it was March of last year. We just decided to just dig it all up. So we took out all the grass, all like everything, all the weeds. We just had dirt. And so we did the whole like grass seed. First time we did grass seed, we did it wrong. So none of it grew. I was sick. So then we had to do grass seed again. And I kind of learned and figured out like what I did wrong. Like I did some more research and things like that. And then we got a lot of grass and it was beautiful, beautiful grass, beautiful yard. The issue is that our neighbors didn't do that. And their whole yard is just weeds. And just, that's it. Like it's all like if lawn companies could use this yard to use it as a sample for what weeds they kill.
Jeez, yeah.
It's just bad. And it cuts it, keeps, I mean, it looks fine, but it'll blow over. So you can see like at the right side of my house, massive weeds. And then as you go further down, like it's less and less weeds. So like we know where they're coming from. So it's no longer green. All that hard work is gone essentially. And now we're back to brown grass and some weeds, which is sad. I worked really hard to do that. And my solution was pay someone else to deal with it. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
they come here in a couple of weeks and hopefully, they get rid of it because I am so tired of dealing with it.
The answer to that question, how do you keep your lawn so green? He doesn't.
Yeah, I did not. I did for a summer, and then weeds grow sooner than grass grows. Like, and so we're like, oh, we got some green coming in. Nope, that was weeds. Stupid, man. It's fine.
Turn brown real quick.
So mad. I have one for you.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's Eli again. Yes, it was. Okay. I see what happened here. Yeah. All right. So we went back and forth. Oh, cool. I figured out what happened. Anyway, so this is for you. Okay. Most embarrassing memory, period. So I don't think it has to be barefoot related, but can.
That's a good question. Most embarrassing moment. I mean, I know it doesn't have to be barefoot related, but I mean, it was pretty embarrassing. So I started, obviously you guys know my story. I started working here as a delivery driver, right? I was just a driver. I didn't, and that summer I didn't even.
And the best there ever was.
The best there ever was. Actually, Parker, the only one there ever was, and the only one there will probably ever be.
Hey, we didn't have to go that far, man. You were the best delivery driver we ever had.
Actually, yeah, I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT delivery driver.
Yeah, you are the GOAT.
I am the only. But
hey, gold is still gold, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But man, I started as a delivery driver, and I didn't have to get lifeguard certified that year because I wasn't even eligible to sit stand or anything like that.
Right.
And then, second year comes about and I get the opportunity to be a supervisor. And they you guys tell me like, you got the job, but you got to do your lifeguard cert. And I'm thinking like, I got this in the bag. But at the same time, if any of you have seen me, or if any of you were at this training, I'm not a good swimmer. I'm not.
I really did think you were a little better.
I would go as far as to say is I am one of the worst swimmers within this company. One of. Yeah. I don't know if I'm the worst. Right?
But the most dedicated.
But yeah.
But Michael Phelps is not on the list.
Yeah. Michael Phelps wishes he had heart like me. But
yes, that is true.
But anyway. So I go to this lifeguard training, and it's in Lantana, and it's like the first day is obviously in the classroom. So go through the classroom. It's awesome. And then we we go to lunch, break for lunch. I'm eating lunch with like two people I had just met, and it was actually Elijah and Evan Haynes. If you guys are watching this, I don't know if you guys are, but
we'll tag them. We'll make sure they hear it. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. But we go eat lunch. We come back, and it is raining, and it's cold, and it's like I don't remember what the temperature was outside, but it wasn't nice. Like it was definitely like
this was like I think actually the coldest training of the year.
Yeah, and it was probably like what, like
it was about 60-ish degrees outside.
Yeah, and raining. So
yeah,
it wasn't like obviously it wasn't messing up like the visibility or anything. So
yeah,
I'm thinking when we get out to lunch, I'm like, oh, we're definitely going to push this to another day. But we get to the Lantana pool and they're like, all right, guys, get ready to get in. And it's been years since I've swam. I'm like not acclimated to it whatsoever. So I'm like, I'm just going to go in. I'm these people's leader. So I just need to go in and just ball out,
and that's a true baller right there. True leader.
True baller mindset. Well, I jump in there and it is like jumping in an ice bath. Like water was just freezing.
Definitely will take your breath away for sure.
Yeah. So we did the swim, like the prereq, finish that. I get out and we start learning saves, right? And like going through that process. And I'm sitting in line to like get in and I'm like, and something's wrong. Like, I'm like, something is not right. I'm like shaking. I can't keep my balance. I look at my knuckles. They're purple. Like my fingers and knuckles are purple. And I'm I have a towel over me and I'm like, I cannot get dry. I cannot get like warm. And I like eventually like, I got to a point of no return. I was just like, and it was actually Aiden. Aiden was and Tyler was there too, and Callie. So sorry, I'm not trying to put it all on Aiden. Yeah, but super squad, awesome LGIs. But Aiden is the one who is like, he like kind of saw me and was like, hey, let's go to like the bathroom and get you under like some hot or warm water at least.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I had to bow out of the training and then I had to go back the next day and reveal to everybody at that training that I was their boss. So super embarrassing, super hard thing to go in there and like say like, hey, you guys, I'm your fearless leader and I bowed out of the training yesterday and I had to come back and do it. But
I think what was funny about that day too, because you're Gabby. So my boss is your sister-in-law, right? Or our boss is your sister-in-law. And so I get the message like, hey, guy's not doing well. And that's expected, right? It is cold. And so, I mean, we do a lot of warm-ups to try and like keep the blood moving. And, we try to really not get to a point of getting that bad, but it'll always happen eventually with weather like that. So, so I get a call. I'm like, all right, who is it? Because the last person I was expecting was you, right? Because I knew you like, oh yeah, like you're going for this. I knew your drive. I knew like you were there, and they're like, oh, it's Tanner. I'm like, damn it.
Yep.
So now I'm over here and I'm like, oh, I gotta call Gabby and let her know that I like froze her brother-in-law. I was like so nervous to tell her. I was like, hey, Tanner's good, but got a little chilly.
Dude, she's probably, and what's funny is she's probably gotten that message or that like call, like her and my mom have probably gotten that call a lot where it's like, it starts off with like, before you worry, Tanner's good.
Tanner's good.
But he broke this phone or like, but this happened.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it was funny. It was like, man, like I felt so bad because I was like, he's not going to work anymore. Like if this is what his first experience is, like we're so done for. But you stayed, and I think like it really, the whole story, while unfortunate, is still like a really good representation.
Yeah. It's like peak icebreaker for trainings.
And it shows. Because this is what I always love to use. And I think I even told you this because you were battling with like, I don't feel like a good leader now. Right. Because like everyone else is doing it. You couldn't even do it. But we push to show like, it doesn't matter whether you're Michael Phelps or whether you're not Michael Phelps. It doesn't matter whether you passed the first time or whether you passed the sixth time. Like we had a person that took the course 6 times, right? And then finally passed. Like all that matters is like you stick it through and, you know, you try to be the best you can be. And that's what you did, right? And the next course was indoors, you know, because it was even colder. It was even colder.
Dude,
it was a weird April, man. April's hard to tell. It's either like 90 degrees or it's like 20.
Yeah.
Oh, and so is it? But we went into an indoor facility and we got you there, and even then, like that big pool, because it's like a 50-yard pool. That pool is meant for like competitive swimmers, so it's like 80, I think 80 or 81. So really, it's not much warmer than what we experienced out there and outside. But pushed through, finished it, and we were done. So, I mean, came back and showed what it meant. And we came back just to say, like, hey, I am your boss. And, you know, I'm going to push through this and all that, things like that. And that just shows, like, you really don't have to be like, this is what I always say, like, you know, it's like, and it's always like sports, right? Team captain is always like the best player. And like, I've never really believed in that, right? Because, you know, I had, when I did cross country, I was a team captain my junior year. I wasn't the fastest, but everyone liked me, so it was fine. So I was a team captain my junior year. My senior year, we got this guy. He had like a cool name. Can't remember it now. But he was super fast. And I say super fast, like he technically, like in Texas, all the like the really good, decent, I say decent because they're still stupid fast, but like the decent cross country runner is running like 16 minutes, 15 minutes, like on average on a 5K. No one but him could, this guy, whatever his name was, I can't remember, could run like anything under 18, and he would run like sub 17s pretty easily.
Wow.
But he was super fast, so they made him team captain. But he was like the lone wolf, man. Like he warmed up by himself. He like didn't attribute anything. He never like put out messages, never like got everybody warmed up or hyped or anything like that. Like he just did his own thing because he was best. You know, he did his own thing. So even though I wasn't team captain, like pretty much after like 3-4 weeks of this, I was like, well, like he ain't gonna do it. So I did it. So I was kind of like the unofficial team captain my senior year and got everybody to warm up. And I wasn't like that great. Like I think my best time I hit was 18:15, which is good. Like it's fast, 6-minute mile, but it's not. I mean, the team, like when we went to state, the number one team, every single one of them hit like 15 something. So they're all just ridiculously fast. We weren't like the fastest team in the world, you know, and I wasn't the fastest. I was always in the mid, like I think there's like 7 people you can put on a varsity run, and I was like 3rd or 4th. So just like right in the middle. But I think it just shows to everybody, you know, Tanner did amazing job last summer. Like absolutely crushed it, knocked out of the park. And it just shows that leadership is the position, right?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like you're still working on swimming and like you haven't given up on the swimming concept. Like it's not like you're like, all right, I did my time and I'm done. Like you're striving to be a better and better swimmer. You're striving to be a better and better at your skills, right? Like you just took the LGI course, you know, like you're still doing all these things to be better. And that's what makes a good leader. You know, that's what makes you a good leader is the fact that, you know, it's the commitment to greatness that we always talk about. Like be your best. Even if your best is just getting out of bed, even if your best was just swimming,
barely,
like swim, like, you know, that's like your best. And that's your best today. So you do a little bit more tomorrow to be a little bit better. Right. And that's what I love about the mindset of it all. So yeah, big kudos, bragging on Tanner for a little bit. Gab is over here still sighing in relief, but get over it, Gabby.
Yeah, sorry, Gabby. Anyway. Not your podcast.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. So
cool.
I have
That's a good question.
I just have another one for you. So basically the way we did this form is it was like Tanner, then me, and then if you had a question, if you wanted a bonus question, you could ask, right? So some of these were just for Tanner, some of these were just for me. So that's why they're not fully back and forth. So you get to go round 2. Would you, no name. Okay. But question is, would you rather have to do a deep water save on Tyler? Now I'm assuming middle linebacker Tyler. So what is he, like 230?
Yeah.
And not a lot of fat on the dude.
Broad shoulders. Yeah.
Broad, yeah, very, very big, dense human being. So would you rather have to do a deep water save on Tyler without a tube? And I'm assuming he's at the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
Let's go.
No neck, no spinal injury. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just a passive submerge.
Okay.
10 feet pool. Or would you rather fake drown in a public pool and be saved by Tyler?
Okay. First question. Is this a barefoot pool?
Because of the fake drowning?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's say let's say we told the staff.
Okay.
You know, like an EAP, an EAP drill. So let's say we told
we told everybody
besides
Tyler. Yeah.
Well, we told the staff other than Tyler, and I'm gonna say because I think they want. I don't know, because then the patrons would be mad. Let's just say the patrons are mildly lighthearted and don't take this super seriously, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Instructions are unclear. Thank you, No Name.
I would actually bet that I know who asked this question.
Okay.
And I would say that it's just Tyler Carson. That's what I'm thinking. So, so I'm gonna, and if you're not Tyler Carson, if you ask this question, you're not Tyler Carson, like you're another Tyler, maybe Tyler Williams, then sorry. But I'm taking this question as Tyler Carson, this big man. So I would actually prefer to have him save me, because
any day of the week.
Yeah, any day of the week. That's like an easy one. That's easier than the rat question that we got last episode, or like part one of this that Allison asked. But
because he's good. He's good at his saves, man.
Yeah,
like I know he's too. Really good instructor.
Yeah, I know he's going to save me. And he gets a tube. I don't get a tube. You know, so yeah, definitely that one. I think I could save Tyler because he is such a good teacher and he taught me well last year. I think that I could use and leverage like the things that I've learned and leverage that to save him even without a tube. So
I think what I'd do if we want to go like lifeguard nerd here, is I would do like kind of like that deep water spinal hold, and I would swim him to the shallow end. Yeah, we're here, so I'm like swimming him here, and I would just swim all the way to the shallow end, and then once I could stand, I'd rotate because I don't have a tube, but I could rotate and I could hold him, and then I could just keep going to the shallow end.
Easy, and that's why, dude, and that's why you're LGIT.
Best LGIT in the world. Prove me wrong.
Yeah,
I say that to everybody.
That's good, dude. Wear that.
Like,
wear
prove
that
me wrong, man.
Yeah,
I make some good LGIs.
Let's see. That was a good question. Thank you. No name.
No name.
Wink, wink.
Trash.
Let's see. I will ask you. I got one for you. This is also. I'm assuming this is from the same No Name. If it's on like the same page. Yeah. Okay. Same No Name is asking you ever tried making coffee from your home?
Okay, because I'm on the No Name here now, right?
Like you might know who this is.
So I think it's Aiden. Aiden knows Tyler.
Okay.
And he's like, could you say Tyler, right? Because Aiden is like, I gotta pick on you as much as possible. Like, everyone bullies Aiden. We bully Aiden. We don't bully.
He bullies us. Or he tries to.
We have fun entertainment.
Yeah.
Amongst making small comments towards each other.
Yeah.
I don't think that sounds any better.
No, it does.
I really publicly finesse that one. Sorry. Um. Anywho, whatever. So I think it's Aiden because I am usually late. Because I pick up coffee on the way to anywhere I go, and I do make my own coffee, like I do.
Dude, that's funny.
And I use a French press. I'm bougie, and the French press really isn't actually super hard, but it's a little time consuming, mainly because I never clean my French press, so it's like I don't clean it until like the next day.
Yeah.
So I have to account for cleaning it all the way through rather thoroughly, and then warming up the water, pouring the water in, adding the scoops, and then letting that sit, and then adding the coffee, adding milk. It's just like it's not a long process overall. It's like 10 minutes in total. That's 10 minutes of sleeping that I could get.
Yeah.
And or it's just 10 minutes of effort that I just don't want to put in, and I could just say, hey, super awesome lady, I would like this coffee. Because I also like the pastries.
Yeah.
Because I go to a coffee shop, I think it's called La Casita. I just switched over. It used to be a wonderful coffee shop called Saloons, and they had like the best pastries, best coffee I've ever had, like period.
I forgot your bougie, dude.
Dude, yeah, but they turned into like pretty much a straight only brunch place. So you can only get like pour out like a normal coffee, and I like my lattes. I'm a white girl by heart. So I switched over to La Casita, which is like the second best. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like hate on La Casita because they do like a really good job, and they do have really good pastries. And so that's what I like to do is like I just drive over, get my coffee, they make it for me. I just sit around and I do literally nothing. And then I get a nice little pastry that I could never make. And that's my like system. So it's just kind of like my routine. But yes, when I'm at home, I make my own coffee. I usually make it every morning when I'm working from home. Or sometimes I will make it and go to work, but I just don't enjoy for some reason, unless I have a Super Yeti cup, like a coffee cup mug, like it looks, kind of like the big fat one. That one's pretty good, but yeah, I just kind of prefer the cup, like the to-go cup feel.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the go, right? So that's where my brain goes. A lot of times my brain has to, things have to line up. I am OCD like really weird ways, and that's one of them. So I make my own coffee. I French press it. Bulletproof coffee, really, really good. It's like unnecessarily expensive. It's like $14 a bag. Most bags are like $6.
Jeez, dude, that's a good meal at like Chili's.
Mm-hmm. Now keep in mind, it's still a million times cheaper than buying coffee. Like, I think a normal coffee at like Starbucks or whatever, or even here, is like $5 or $6. And like a coffee, even from this $14 bag, like a 1 cup of coffee is 75 cents.
Oh, wow.
So, it's expensive for a bag coffee and like whatever, but it's still
much cheaper in the long run.
It's a lot cheaper. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So I do usually do that. I don't buy coffee every day. But it's a good system that I have that, again, I'm like very routine based. And so it just becomes part of my routine. When I go and do these things, I do that. That's all I'm going with there. But yeah, Bulletproof coffee is good. Lima coffee is very good. There's a Lima in Frisco, Plano, and Carrollton, I think. That's really good coffee. And Lion's Head. Those are like my 3 favorite coffees that I get.
Gotcha.
If anyone wants coffee recommendations.
Conversation, man. I don't drink coffee.
You don't get what?
I said I'm lost on this conversation. I don't drink coffee.
That's right. You don't drink coffee. It's good stuff, man. I didn't drink coffee either. I was big on energy drinks, but
coffee hurts my stomach, man.
Actually, it's here's a crazy story. Well, it's a little tangent, but it's wild. And maybe I'm going to help some people that may have like an energy drink issue. So loved my energy drinks, Bang, Celsius, Red Bull, all of it. And I was really big into Bang energy drinks. This was like 2 years ago. And it was a hard, if anyone doesn't know, like the aquatics industry was really terrible in 2021 and 2022 across like the world. Not even like Texas, not even in our company, but like across the world. There still is a huge like shortage in lifeguards. But so it was a hard year. I had to make a lot of things happen. I had to wake up a lot really early, staff pools. Had to stay up really late to staff pools, and the late night of. And this is like August, like the first week of August. So we're almost done, but it's also like the hardest week period. Yeah. Like August, as you know, August is hard. And so it's like late at night, it's like 10 o'clock. And I actually taken a nap at Starbucks. Like I just couldn't work anymore. So I slept from like 9 to like 10, right as it closed. And I go into my car and I'm like sitting and I'm like responding to some texts. I get a phone call. I'm talking on a phone. And then all of a sudden I feel like my heart just go like slow motion. And I was like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And so I look at my watch because it's got the heart rate on it and it's like 44 beats a minute. Wow. And yeah. And I'm not in good shape, or I wasn't at the time. I'm in a lot better shape than I was now. Like my resting heart rate's like 56 right now. But the lowest I've ever got my heart rate at like peak conditioning was 52. So I knew it wasn't that I was in good shape. And I was like, well, this isn't good. And so I called my buddy, Dad's a nurse practitioner, and I was like, hey, here's everything I'm feeling. I know for a fact I'm sleep deprived. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure like something's wrong, maybe because of this or what. And so I like give them my symptoms and stuff like that. And they're like, well, how much caffeine are you taking a day? And I was like, about 900 milligrams.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right. Because it's about 2 or 3, like either the nitro cold brews because they have the most caffeine, or the bangs that have 300, Celsius have 200. And so I'd have like 3-ish of those a day. And they're like, when was the last time you had it? And I was like, 4 hours ago. And the base thing that could come up with kind of the whim was that I had a caffeine dependency. So not really an addiction, but a dependency. And so basically my body was ready for its next hit of caffeine. And so it wasn't even functioning to the way it needed to function.
Yeah.
Because of that. And I was like, well, that's not good. What do I do? And he goes, you gotta quit. And I was like, quit? What do you mean quit? He's like, I'm like, it's August. As he's supposed to know, which he actually does because he's aquatics too. But I was like, it's August, dude. I can't. This is not the time to quit. And he goes, you're not going to get any better unless you quit. So I had to quit cold turkey coffee. Wow. And the first 3 days were the hardest day. Like I'd be working on my computer. And it's funny. I tried to psych myself out. Like I would still sit in a coffee shop to like smell the coffee, kind of trick my brain. But I like work on my computer and I was just like black out for a second. And, oh, it was so bad. But I was able to, get away for like 3 weeks. And then I had like one little cappuccino because I know they have like pretty much the least caffeine. Yeah. And everything since then, like, yeah, I keep it to like pretty much 1 coffee a day. And then maybe 1 energy drink a day, but I stay away from Bang. I don't do Bang at all. I still love Celsius's, but I try to just stick to like maybe 1. Usually try to do only 1 a day of coffee, preferably. And then if I need a second, it's either coffee again or sometimes an energy drink, depending. So watch out if you drink like more than 2 a day.
That's too much.
Or if you are dropping 3 a day, yeah, you could end up with a caffeine dependency, which is no bueno. So just my little fair warning from my own personal experience. Do as you will with that information, but it'll save you, hopefully. But yeah, 40 to 44 beats a minute.
Jeez, man, that's insane.
I know. It wasn't my proudest moment.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Long tangent, but kind of a wild story. We'll go back into things.
I think
question for you is from our boy Ace Cavallio. Sorry if I know I said that wrong, but super cool dude. Super cool dude. I got to meet him. Super nice. Ace asked Tanner, would you rather be the best in something nobody cares about, like basketball? Just kidding. Or the worst in something everyone cares about?
Mm,
So like still get it's like, would you rather be like in a PGA Tour, the 300th person? I would guess.
Yeah.
Because they still make good money.
Yeah.
Or the best in like badminton.
Cricket. Yeah. What were you about to say about cricket?
Cricket's good.
Okay,
it's actually really popular in Europe, though.
You look like you wanted to be like, hold your tongue.
Hold your tongue, boy. I don't care about cricket. Cricket can like last like 3 days. No sport should ever last 3 days.
Yeah. No, 100%. I would definitely, dude. I'm a very competitive person. I think I would much rather be the best in something that nobody cares about, because I mean, even with like playing chess with my friends, like nobody really cares about chess, right? But like, when I lose in chess, or like when I lose in any board game or any card game for that matter, it like there's like a little part of me that dies. Like,
that's so funny, dude.
I know it's so stupid, man, but it's like, I don't know. I've always been that way. Like, I am always like, I just want to win, man. I just want to be great. So I'm like, 100%.
I think feel that though. Like I'm 100% the same way. Like I want to be the best. Like that's my whole mentality. So I respect it, dude.
Yeah, but like, dude, yeah, card games, I lose, I'm quiet for like 30 minutes.
Really? There was only one card game that I'll never play again, and it was funny because it was the first time I got to meet Casey's sister and brother-in-law, and they're like super chill people. Like Casey's sister is like my age. Nick, her husband Nick, my age too, I think, and they're really cool people. Like it's just so cool. Like I don't know how to explain how cool they are. Like they're just really good people, great parents, remarkable humans. Now this was before they were parents, so they were still living their marriage life. And so I meet them like literally for the first time, and this is at the point. Actually, it's the same trip. Kind of cute moment, but it's the same trip that Casey and I told each other we loved each other, right? So love was shared in the air, and we play Phase 10. I don't know if you know it, or if anyone else knows it. A lot of people know it, and I got stuck on like one of the
numbers.
Rounds. Yeah. And I couldn't win. I couldn't get past it. And like the thing is there was always a hope that I could get it. And I just couldn't get it. And they just someone kept getting something. And I slammed the table after like 5 times of this happening. And I realized in that moment that I was like, I've gone a little too far in my competitive phase.
Yeah. It's always in those moments that you're like, you get to sit back and be like, damn.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was so loud. Like Casey thought the table was going to break. And I'm not like a violent person. You know, like if anyone knows me, like I'm not a violent person, but I just got really into the game. And like I said, I love to be the best. And I'm usually a good loser. And then, so that's what was crazy about this whole thing is like, yeah, well, you beat me, whatever, like no big deal. But yeah, I don't know. I just lost it. Like, well, I'm a blacked out person, I guess.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I will never play Phase 10 again.
Yeah.
I'll watch. I'll never play it. So I feel you, man, on that concept.
I think
I have another one for you because I see like the top little bit of this one, which is about the Bears, and I think we already asked that one. The Bears and the Bulldog. Yeah. So I will just go into you again just so we don't lose our track. We have a great system, guys. I sent the screenshots. They were all cut, and screenshotted out, and that's how we go about that. So that's why we can kind of like maybe put 2 and 2 together here. But
I think we have one more for each of us.
Ooh, I do have one from my girl Molly on Instagram. I forgot to add her, but yeah, so we pretty much have one more for each of us, which is good. And then Molly, we'll see what Molly asked.
Yeah, I'll ask yours real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. This is from Jasmine Thielman. She's from Westside, OG Westside.
Okay.
Shout out Jasmine. She asks, "What's your favorite in-service activity?"
no contest. That's water polo, 100%. Now, do I play water polo? I absolutely do not. I find every single guard that's there, and at one point, I will grab them and I will throw them into the water as hard as I can.
And then
I don't actually play. I don't actually play. I literally just have like a vendetta to dunk every single person that's playing.
Dude, you're the bruiser. Yeah,
I am.
Every
now,
team
if it's like a small in service, yeah, I'll usually play. But if it's just a big one, it's like, man, this is my time to shine.
Heck yeah.
And actually, one of my favorite water polo moments, it's a long, long time ago. And this was back. So Barefoot used to do like end of year parties. They used to be huge, dude. Like you thought the Barefoot bashes were big, like these were bigger, like 300-ish people.
Wow.
And yeah, because we literally played water polo in like a normal like 6-lane lap pool. It was like 50 versus 50. Like it was, if not more than that. Like it may have been more than that. And there was this one kid, I forget his name. It was like Shamir or something like that. But he like was trash talking Charles like one day at work. You know, and like the typical things that like probably the more arrogant or more ignorant people would think, you know, Charles doesn't do anything and sits on his butt, like all this stuff, just kind of joking. And so Charles, if anyone don't know, Charles is a big dude. Charles even then I think was bigger. Charles like 225 and like 5'10", 5'11". So big man. And this kid was like $130, soaking wet. So Charles is in the pool, playing water polo, and he finds this little kid, and he goes up and just bear hugs him. And he goes, "I hear you talking shit about me." And then just boom, boom, boom. And just like 5 or 6 times, just dunking him over and over and over again.
That kid never talked any trash to Charles.
He never did again. And he was like, "I'm Charles, not to meet you." And then he was like super nice. Like, he wasn't like, obviously Charles didn't have a vendetta. Like it was just a huge, like basically like big brother moment. But it was just, I mean, this kid just got tossed. And I think it's crazy.
What Parker's not telling you guys is that Parker is the guard.
No, it wasn't me. I knew better. I don't talk trash. But man, I was like in row, like it was probably 10 feet away from me. I'm watching this happen. Like I was actually playing and I stopped to watch this like glorious moment because we knew he was going to seek this kid out and like dunk the crap out of him. So it was very exciting. I was very amped for it. But it's just cool. Like, you know, you have that, like some guy are talking trash and like, you know, couple dunks and then like literally talked and just hung out like they were best buds like afterwards. Like, you know, it's just kind of who Charles is. It's just, you know, no need to hold a grudge on someone who thinks like indifferent, you know, and just show them who you are. And that's who Charles is. Just a big old fun loving dude, but got his little like semi dunking revenge and then moved on. So it was pretty cool. It was funny.
That's a great like Charles story.
It's good. So I think that's what inspires me in water polo is to like dunk all these people. So
that's great.
That's what I do, but I don't do 6 times. Unless it was Aiden, I do him. I would just 60. Smash him into the water until he couldn't breathe. I'm just kidding. Hypothetically.
We love you, Aiden.
We love you, Aiden. All right. Yeah. So this is your last one. It is okay. So. What was? Oh, this is also from Jasmine.
Okay.
What was the biggest adjustment when becoming a supervisor?
Oh, my phone. Oh my gosh, my phone.
Like blowing it up.
Oh, my phone. It's like not even close. My phone and like I think that's very specific. I think like a more broad like concept is just time management.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like the phone was like, so like I remember like taking I can't remember who was in my car, but I was taking a guard to like Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
And I remember they were asking me, they were like, because they were kind of saying, they were like, your job like seems pretty easy. Um, and they were telling me that, and I kind of like, I was like, it's not necessarily a hard, like none of the things that we do are necessarily very difficult. It's
Correct.
just that there's so much of it, right?
Oh my.
That's what makes it difficult. And he like, they couldn't grasp that concept. And I was like, look, I guarantee you, we have a 45-minute drive to Boys and Girls Club. I was like, how many calls do you think I'll get? And he was like, I don't know, like one. And I was like, okay. And I was like, we'll see. We get into like, because I like to play songs, like
Right.
I'm a big music guy. So I'm playing songs. We get through the first song, maybe halfway, I get a call. Right. And the call lasts like 5 minutes, whatever. Very simple call. I can't remember what it was. But
Right.
I'm like, all right, that's one. I was like, if we get another one, you lose. And on that car ride, it was like 6 more calls.
Jeez.
And I'm trying to talk to him or to them, just like making conversation, right? And it's like we'd finally get somewhere in conversation, and then I'd get a call, and then I'd have to pick up where I left off, and then we'd finally get somewhere in conversation, maybe 2 more minutes, and then I'd have to cut them off and be like, "Hey, sorry, I'm getting a call." So yeah, definitely the calls and it's not. I don't say that to be like I hated getting them, right?
Yeah.
It's more so just like it's something that like you don't like. It's something that like you can't really train for. Like you can't really like practice answering, those kinds of calls back to back to back. It's just kind of
and then you keep track of it and
yes, yeah.
communicate whatnot. I mean, yeah. So I
Because
100%.
a lot of the times, what would happen is it would be a call for like, okay, the first one would be like maybe weather, right? Like a weather closure. Okay, that's
Right.
super easy. Like the order of operations for that is super easy, right? So then you notify the HOA, you tell them what the timer is, you tell the people at the pool to start the timer. Obviously, get all the patrons out the pool, but you still have to follow up with that when when the timer's up, and then
Yeah.
in the middle of that timer, you get a call for a pool closure because of poop. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's, even though that order of operations is also easy, it's completely different. It's like,
Right.
or it's like just, it's like a different, like order of calls that you have to make. So yeah, definitely the phone and like just time management. But I think that as the summer went on, it was like easier to deal with, less stressful. When I would get back to back calls, like I would treat them. I started out treating it as like one lousy day, as opposed to at the end of the summer, I was treating it every single call as its own call, which is like the way to do it, like breaking it up like that,
Yeah, I agree. No, I
But
100%. That was me too. Like it was like I remember having a conversation with Gabby, and I was just like, I don't understand how you keep track of all these calls. Like
yeah,
it's just so much because it's literally just it's throughout the day. Yeah, you're right. Like you say, like it's and it's always simple things. It's nothing crazy. This person's late, or this pool's closing,
right.
or whatever it could be. It's all these random little things. But it's stuff you need to keep track of because like 2 weeks later, you're like, hey, why did the pool close on this day? And you're like, hang on, and it's like I don't remember, and that's why we have the order of operations to send all
Help
these
that.
messages out and do all these things. And yeah, it's just that times whatever many pulls you got. So as the pull runs and, think about how many notifications we get for one pull throughout the day, maybe 3 or 4 times 20. Well, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, I was trying to do the math. I don't know why. It's like every time we're on this podcast, I can never do the math on anything. And I always have to just like type it out. 60 phone calls. There we go. 60 to 80 phone calls. And I knew that. I panicked. It's because I know everyone can hear me.
3 times 2? 6.
So yeah, 80 phone calls. And I'll send like lists. And I'm like, hey, here's like a list of all my phone calls for today. And this is a light day. And it's like a 45, 60-second video of me just scrolling through all the phone calls. But yeah, that was good. And I agree. So mass respect. All right, I gotta find this Molly one. Because I love Molly. She's like one of my favorite humans, and I want to make sure she got her question in. Here we go. There we go. Oh, All right, I'm old. Sorry, guys. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, here it goes. If you can narrow it down to one piece of advice that would help you succeed the most. Oh my gosh, she was the unknown person.
What do you
mean? It was the advice, right? What one piece of advice that you'd most to get success? Yeah, be your best regardless of disability. So there we go. That was Molly's question. Great question, Molly. Thank you for that. But I guess we're done now. So, but yeah, Molly, one of my homies.
Shout out Molly.
Sorry, I didn't get to give you credit the last one, but yeah, Molly was one best piece of advice, and that led me to be your best regardless of your disabilities. Yeah, find a way to conquer them. So, good job, great question. Sorry again, but appreciate you bunch. You're super cool. And that is it. So now we jump into our appreciation portion. Give you all a shout out. How much we appreciate y'all. So everybody that's followed us. Again, YouTube. Hopefully figure out YouTube and figure out who subscribers are. And once I can see them, I'm going to give you all the shout outs on them, even if you've already gotten one shout out before, because I want to make sure y'all get that, because this is impossible without you guys. And we wouldn't have gotten 761,000 views on a video if it weren't for you guys. We wouldn't still be doing this if it weren't for you guys. You guys are what make us go around. That's why we do it. We love y'all very much. So this is to y'all once I get YouTube. For now, I got the Instagram. Follow us. We can shout out your name. We'll do this every episode we do. We got a lot more than I realized. So it'll probably still be a little bit longer. But we'll shoot forward. Some of these are fun because I don't know who they are. Moneyman434. Respect. Akam Biolatundji. That's the best you're gonna get from me, man. But I appreciate the follow. I don't know. That's all I got. Here stars 100. Thank you. We had a podcast follow us. Friends Talking Shop. Nice. Dave, Josh, and Omar. Really appreciate the follow. I actually got to watch one of their clips, and it was about this guy who tried golf and hated it. Which was pretty funny. So a little disappointed. Don't like golf. It means we can't be golf buddies, but I do appreciate the follow, and I hope you all are doing well. I think they had a 50,000 downloads, so that was really cool.
Wow! Shout out them.
We got some to look up to. Dave, Josh, and Omar.
Nice.
Ace, our boy Ace Cavalio. Thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Random half and half. I don't know if that's like it's hard to see the picture, but it kind of looks like a carton of half and half.
I'm thinking like half and half ice cream. Like I'm thinking like Great.
I'm thinking like the coffee creamer.
See, this is
why we're different. This is why it works well, man.
That's the age gap.
It's like 4 years, dude. Kevin Singh Fitness. Thanks for the follow. Gracie Hagerud.
Hey, West Side. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
West Side.
See.
Yeah.
Max Bloom. I know that
West
name.
Side. Yeah. Boom.
Keiju 9K. Sorry. Wonder Post. The Introspector 925. Oh, Isaac Telesima. I think that's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Nice.
Tess Kent. I know you're a jiu-jitsu homie. That's like she's super good. She's really, really hard to beat. We like have a kind battle to see who's better. So she's super chill. Callie Hannah. Jackie Lee. Nate Berry. I feel like that's a guard.
That sounds familiar. I've seen it on the MPA contacts, I think.
My boy Pat Clymer, super awesome. I got to see him recently. He's super cool. Kennedy Christensen. Joshua Chouki. I think Hunter Crenshaw. That guy kicked my butt. He's a black belt. He does this like, it's called a guillotine choke, but he like chokes with your thumb, and I almost died multiple times.
Oh, dude, real quick before you go, did you by chance watch UFC 299?
I did not.
Dude, that card was so good. Do you know
really?
Dustin Poirier?
Yeah.
Okay, he I can't even remember who he was fighting, but dude, he tried to put that guy in a guillotine. I'm not even kidding, maybe 14 times before he finally like knocked him out, like standing up. But like,
Jesus,
dude,
this kid
he
friend.
tried to he got the guillotine like to the point where it was like me and my friends were like, "Oh, it's over." Like, we
Right.
thought it was over, and somehow this guy squeezes out of it. But yeah, he tried it so many times, and I think it was because he has never won a game, or no, he's never won a fight off of guillotine submission. He's won like,
I see.
and he's been around forever, so he's
Well,
won in
and
pretty much
guillotines are
every other
really
way.
hard. Like they look really simple, but they're actually a really hard move to do. Like I still don't understand how to do them. Like I will only get them if it's, and maybe this is it, is it just has to be 100% perfect. But I don't know like how to do that. I can't replicate it every time. I like they're
Right.
like when I do it, I'm like, okay, this is it. But I don't know what I'm actually doing when I get that. So it's actually quite hard.
Yeah, if you get a chance, watch that fight. It made me laugh because it was
Okay.
like I was thinking about jujitsu because I was like, it was so obvious. He was just like all
That's
he
funny.
wanted to do was get that submission.
Well, they are everywhere, so it's fair.
Yeah.
Although I think every submission is everywhere technically, because I find a lot of stuff. I find my arm bars everywhere, and most people can't see them. So, all right, going back to it. Abby Fujina, super cool person, if I remember correctly. If I don't, you're trash. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Abby. You're good.
Jeez.
I do remember that name, and I'm pretty sure they're super solid. Rob Flo, another jiu-jitsu. I got a lot of jiu-jitsu. Holy cow, I got like 3 more. Rob, big homie, he's like the dad of our gym. Super cool. He's in the army though, so trash. But other than that, he's cool. Travis Gibson, this guy literally kicks my butt every damn time. Really good blue belt. Elias, also really good jiu-jitsu, also kicks my butt all the time. Thank you. Annabelle Williams, old name, good to see you. Eastman Actor, I think is the best way to say that one. Alyssa Hall, Gap Tooth Pappy. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Your name's Michael. It's all. But I think that's jiu-jitsu, Michael. He does have Gap Tooth. He literally looks like Michael Strahan.
Nice.
So, but he's super cool, and he's a Giants fan. So
Are you sure this is not Michael Strahan?
No, it's not. But it is ironically. It would be cool, but I don't think it is. Cool. Denton County Teen Reps.
Okay.
Cool. Represent Denton County. Addison Christensen. Hey, all right, so sister probably. Jim. Ricardo Pena. Jim Rat Ricky is what he's called.
Jim Rat Ricky. I love it.
R Sharp. If that's Ronnie Sharp, that's an old Marine buddy of mine. Shout out. This man's Ronnie, you stole my hoodie, man, and you never gave it back. It was a Nike zip up hoodie. Most comfortable thing in the world. Bought it one damn time, never gave it back. What dick, man. Wow. I'm just kidding. Ronnie, hope you're doing well. He was like one of my favorite homies in a Marine. So Preacher Cop, Abel, another jiu-jitsu guy. Man, thank you all, Wolverine. This is why I love like jiu-jitsu, right? Like look how I didn't ask anything. I've never mentioned, like everyone's like, oh, like I didn't know you had a podcast or whatever. And like Mark, the instructor, makes fun of me all the time. I'm like, you're just jealous, all these things. But I didn't tell any of these people to like follow. Like they're just like, oh, you had a podcast? Like, yeah. And I talk about it, right? But man, like everyone's supporting the community. So love it.
Dude, yeah, shout out to them.
Rudy. Well, I got DHRUTI. I know I said that terribly, but at least I can spell it. Logan Nielsen. Hunter Daniel. If this is Logan Nelson, I didn't know that's how you spell your name, but that guy is hilarious. Great human being. Hunter Daniel. Garland Karaoke.
Hunter Daniel?
Yeah.
Really? I think that's my.
Is that your Hunter?
Friend, Hunter Daniel. If that is my old friend Hunter Daniel, shout out to you, Hunter.
Hey, he's got some kind of like long semi-curly hair.
Like I don't know. Let me
check
I'll have to look. That's funny. That's awesome.
Garland Karaoke. You'll never catch me doing karaoke, by the way. Don't even try. If that's what you want to see Tanner I do karaoke, Tanner may do it. I will never do it. Just telling you all right now. Eva Gertman. I don't know. It's like a GMC, like Denali is in the photo. I don't know. Callie Curry.
West Side.
Callie Curry spam has followed us, so we didn't even get her official account. So I might as well just remove you at this point.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Callie.
right. We should block her on everything.
Yeah, we're blocking you. And Meg lost her marble. I'm assuming marbles. Yes, Meg lost her marbles.
Pick
so
them up.
Hopefully Meg can find her marbles.
Yeah.
All right, that was everyone. I told you it was a big list. So another big list, but massive shout out. If you want to get a shout out, you want to become, podcast famous, all you got to do is follow us and we'll thank you every single time. Do it on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm hoping we get enough YouTube. I can just repeat it on YouTube. But yeah, get it all knocked out. Love to have you. Love to be able to have you be a part of the community. Love to be able to get a shout out. Thank you all for everything that you've done. And last but not least, it's just Barefoot World. We are doing another random session for LGI. And this episode should be out or will be out when we do that. So I think we're looking at April 6th and 7th, 13th and 14th, potentially for Houston as well.
Nice.
So if you're interested in that, let you know. I do have sad news about the tube. Keep wanting to kind of finagle it some more. And we have decided that we want to wait one more year to do some more testing and make a little bit better product and go from there. So very, very sad. No tube this year. But if you enjoyed using the tube at the instructor courses, we'll probably still bring the tube out anyway, just to get more and more feedback. But yeah, it will not be released until next year. But Tanner, I saw some shirts that were designed and they're looking super, super good.
Looking spiffy. Look out for that.
They look really, really good. So we don't know when those are coming out just yet, but we do have some approved, if I'm correct.
Yeah. We got like 2 designs approved. Still working on one more, and then but it should be sooner rather than later.
Fantastic. So yeah, we have shirts coming right now. This is not for the podcast. This is for Barefoot, right?
Right.
For the podcast, maybe, just not yet. And that is pretty much all we got. Applications are out. Go to barefoot.net, click on employment and training. Make sure you click employee application, click on DFW or Houston, and then just fill it out. I believe it's shorter now, so it should be easier to fill out. Tanner and I will be visiting sites as we go. So if you see us, come say hi, take a picture with us, post it on the gram, and let's get another 760,000 view video. Let's go viral. 3 million. You got to do 3 million in 1 week. That's how you do viral.
Let's get 760,000 followers.
Hell yeah. Let's do that. Let's do all of that. So thank you all again for everything with that included, as much as it's just too cool, man. I mean, I was ear to ear smiling the entire time. Like, I was like, I couldn't get over it. I was just like, we're up 21,000. It'd be like 30 minutes had passed. So I really appreciate all of you. Really grateful for everything that y'all have done.
Thank you,
and
guys.
that'll close it out. So hearts, good heart. I'm getting better at my heart game here. I appreciate y'all very much. Have a good one. We are out of here.
Bye, guys.